Are you ready?
It's gonna be a hot girl disco summer. I'm never doing that again. I apologize. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Here, let's fix it. Something cool. Are we live? Is this thing on? What's up, Bob? Good to see you, Sleez Bomb. Bob, welcome to the show. I believe that's your first time looking at the intro. What do you think of the intro, Bob?
That was really badass. I loved it.
Okay, I'm glad you liked it. Sleez, welcome to the show, man. Everything good on your end, brother?
Excited to be here, man. Thank you for
all the help. Derek, good to see you, man. Now that I know who you are again. We chatted back when you bought tickets and stuff. So I know exactly who you are now.
So this is Big Draft Energy. I am the host, Disco. Sleez Bomb is the co-host with the most. You can also subscribe to him at Sleez Bomb on YouTube and on X. And then this is our special guest. This guy is not only a fantasy football legend, but he has also managed to put together some of the greatest and most incredible minds in fantasy football for a weekend. It's like summer camp for fantasy football enthusiasts, fans, and content creators. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to give the floor to Bob. Bob, please introduce yourself to the beautiful folks here that are watching us. We have people on X, people on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash a like and subscribe to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. But Bob, without further ado, please introduce yourself to the folks. Let them know who you are, what you do, and why they should come to the Expo this year.
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. Disco, it's always great to see you, brother. Finally get to meet Derek. At least semi-live and in person. He's live, not in person. In person will come in 2 weeks. But yeah, 2 weeks from now, folks, the Fantasy Football Expo, Canton, Ohio. I have two questions for you. Have you ever been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and do you play fantasy football? Well, I know what the answer to the second one is because you wouldn't be here watching this show if you didn't play. If you haven't been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, why not kill two birds with one stone? Come to the Expo, August 8th through the 10th, Canton, Ohio, and just have a 3-day weekend. Bring your friends, bring your enemies. I don't care. Bring whoever. Bring your whole league and come and hang out with us. It's couple parties, lots of drafts, and a huge expo, 50 trade show booths, 3 different stages of all the panels you can think of, sports betting, dynasty, best ball, redraft. We have an expert mock draft, and with some of the biggest names in fantasy sports will be there. Marcus Grant, Michael Florio, Matt Harmon, Scott Pianowski, Andy Behrens, thank Bob.
all the fantasy pros.
Yeah, JJ Zacharias, all the fantasy pros. Yeah, Pat Fitzmaurice,
Derek Brown, Andrew Erickson.
Derek Brown. I mean, I can go on and on.
Is Scott Fish coming?
People. Who?
Scott Fish?
Yes. Oh, yeah, Scott Fish. Yes. Of course. Scott Fish is always there.
The biggest name.
Who's gonna run the pub crawl every night?
Exactly.
Throughout downtown Canton and George's if Scott Fish isn't there to lead the way.
Amen.
So of course he'll be there. But it's a great time as a fan. Come meet some of your favorite people face to face. Have a drink with them. Talk fantasy. You'll be glad you did. You're gonna have a great time. You'll come back every year. And I can't say any more about it because these guys know. Well, Derek doesn't know yet. He'll be there. But Disco knows. Everybody who's on the chat. I know a lot of those folks have been here. So you got to come and have a good time. Tickets are on sale only for about a week and a half. So August 4th, they will be closed online. You have to buy them at the door. Save some money. Buy them now at thefantasyfootballexpo.com. I think Disco is going to put a link out there for folks.
The link's also in the description as well.
In the description. So just do it now. Get your tickets. Get locked in. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, it was an incredible time. When I say it was like summer camp where like you get to hang out with, the Scott Fishes, the Derek Browns, the Andrew Ericksons, really, really great time. And I've developed a friendship with, I want to say, the majority of those wonderful folks. Everybody's as humble and as cool as it can get. And once again, you could party in the end zone of the NFL Hall of Fame field, and it's not the Well, we did that last year, and that was absolutely insane. What a great party spot. It just if you haven't experienced the NFL Hall of Fame, it's something that you need to do once in your lifetime. Because obviously you guys love football, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional when I went to the NFL Hall of Fame last year because never in my entire life did I think fantasy football would lead me to witnessing and experiencing that long journey to Canton. But it was worth. And I'm going to go every time, as many times as I possibly can, because I 100% think it's the greatest event that you could attend if you're a fantasy football enthusiast.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's change gears. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about the Expo, and you and I are both wearing our Expo shirts. Derek is going to get his, or Sleez is going to get his Expo shirt for this year. I know that you are an incredible author and an incredible writer, but it's very fantasy football focused and oriented. As you guys could see here in the vote, is Derrick Henry the most consistent running back and one of fantasy football performers of all time? Please vote on that and make sure you guys leave a like. But this brings us to there's a reason why we put that there. Bob has written the Fantasy Football Consistency Guide. I believe this is your 8th rendition or 9th?
No, this is our 10th year. So on the cover it says 10th anniversary edition. But I have been nominated 8 straight years in a row by the Fantasy Sports Writers of America as one of the best fantasy publications. Won the award once. And even that, I was shocked by that. I'm just happy to be nominated with people like JJ Zacharias and NBC Sports, CBS Sports. The fact that I'm even nominated with those folks is a win every year for me. Totally honored by that, that nomination. It means the world to me, and it makes me work that much harder to keep putting out great quality every year for people to learn about the importance of consistency in their fantasy players. Can't stress it enough. I mean, you'll have people that will argue and say, oh, it's just luck. It's just this. It's not just luck, guys. I mean, there is some, but look at the guide. And if you look at your team last year and you didn't make the playoffs and you were the 4th highest scoring team, look at the players you had, and then look at the book. And what you'll see is, I had 5 different inconsistent players who ranked high in total points, but weren't there every week for you as you need them to be. So definitely check that out. And you can get that on Amazon. Just type in Fantasy Football Consistency. The book will pop up. Buy it. If you're a Prime member, you'll get it in 2 days.
Amazing. And this chat is absolutely popping, but I know why everybody's here right now. Is there any little tidbit, little smidget that you could give us on player takes of players who you believe? Because obviously you requested, we'll just let the audience know, you requested Derrick Henry to be on the thumbnail because you are Mr. Consistent, and Derrick Henry without any doubt and any argument has been one of the most consistent players in fantasy football history ever. Is there any other players in particular that pop out that you want to recommend to our beautiful audience watching right now that is as consistent as possible, and they should invest in fantasy football this year, especially PPR format, because that's what we do here? Well,
it's funny you bring up PPR because the guy I'm going to talk about is not necessarily he's probably better in non-PPR leagues, but this guy every year, the last 3 seasons, has been over 80% consistent, right? But he plays behind one of the top 3 picks, not behind, he plays beside one of the top 3 picks in the draft in Jahmyr Gibbs. And I'm talking about, of course, David Montgomery. Last year, 86% consistent, top 10. The year before that was 82% consistent. He does this every year, and people will let him fall to RB 25, 27.
Further.
Don't even think about it. They're like, wow, Jahmyr Gibbs is there. He ain't going to – Montgomery's not going to get the ball. Well, he does. And most importantly, he gets it down around the 10-yard line, in the 5-yard line, and the 1-yard line. And so he continues to score points, and people continue to undervalue him. Folks, don't be that person. When you've got two good running backs and you're in round 5, 6, 7, and you see Montgomery still sitting there, just take him. You'll be glad you did.
I happen to be one of those folks on David Montgomery this year. Unfortunately, I'm not in on David Montgomery, but I'll definitely reconsider my take on David Montgomery. Shout out to Drafters Fantasy in the house. Good to see Drafters in here showing some love and some support. Always in here, always showing love. The greatest fantasy football app, best ball app, pick'em app, just fantasy sports in general. Drafters crushes it on a weekly, yearly, annually basis. They are the best of the best. I can't say enough of great things. Stat ATL, shout out to Billy Galen, who says, is Bob drafting today? Heck yeah, man. I would not have Bob.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here if I'm not drafting, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I would be.
No, I would not have Bob come on here. Like, if you are a guest on our show, more often than not, you're going to have to draft and draft with us unless you have like some sort of contract stipulations where you can't. But Bob's used the app before. He's drafted with us. He's been a guest on the show before. And I'm very curious to see, his approach here. Now, you talked to us about running backs, right? What about wide receivers? Is there any wide receiver, PPR format or non-PPR format, because obviously people play pretty much everything here. Is there anybody that you're in on this year at the wide receiver position that people are kind of fading? Because David Montgomery, I won't lie, he's a fade for me. Derek Sleez, he's a fade for you as well, right?
He's been a fade for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what about a wide receiver, somebody that we should reconsider?
Well, I'll talk about a guy that's kind of like he's the poor man's David Montgomery of wide receivers. He may not be as strong consistently, but his value every year is just so good. Every year for the last 3 years, he's been between 63 and 67%. Now, that doesn't sound great, but that's pretty much what a wide receiver 3, that's what you want out of your wide receiver 3s.
Can I guess it?
Yeah, I want to guess too.
Okay, Sleez, you guess first.
Jerry Jeudy.
No.
Jacoby Myers.
You got it. Bingo. Jacoby Myers. Every year, he has been in the top 28 in scoring and in consistency for the last 3 years in a row. And yet, where's he going now? Wide receiver, maybe
it's criminal.
40, 50, something like that. And he doesn't even have anybody in front of him this year. Like, he was doing that last year at 67% with Devontae Adams on the field. So now he's the only guy that's going to catch it outside of Brock Bowers. We know, I get it. But somebody else got to catch the ball. And so Jacoby Myers will be that guy, and he'll get – look, he's not going to set the world on fire. You're not going to get 30 points out of a Jacoby Myers in any week. But what you will get is 12 to 15. And that's enough to earn a clutch game, to be consistent. And if you got him as your flex, let's say, that is really good value for a flex guy to get you 12 to 15 points a week. It's hard to pass him up, but yet everybody does because he's just not flashy enough. But that's one of my favorites every year, really. I mean, as long as
he is Mr. Consistent for sure.
Bob, pineapples.
Got it.
Just let me know when you're in. Chat, just hold on for Bob to queue up and get in, and then the rest of you guys queue up, please and thank you.
Okay. I'm in. It says draft will begin when 8 more join. They must have all jumped at your pineapple.
We'll see.
Sorry, that didn't sound good. I didn't mean that.
No. I said something way worse yesterday, so you can't even begin to remotely come close to that. Guys, we're queued up in the Drafters main. This is not a mock draft. Time to pay the bills. And shout out the greatest app on the planet. Not a mock draft. This is a real money draft that we're about to compete in. How much real money are we talking about? $2.5 million in total prizes. $500,000 goes to first. It's total points format. Most points win. It's best ball week scoring from weeks 1 to 17. 12 teams draft. There's a fast and slow draft. I've learned to appreciate the slow draft. It's a $20 entry. You get to max out with 150 unique lineups. So you may be saying, Disco, Bob, Sleez, that may be expensive, and you may be right. So there's also another option, which is filling at a rapid pace. It's at 30,000 entries out of 46,000, so get in soon. There's also the Drafters $3 mini. It's a $3 entry, and you could turn that $3 entry into $25,000 if you place first. $125,000 gets redistributed to all of the placements. And in my humble opinion, best ball is the best way for you to draft. Mock drafts really suck because at the end of the day, if you do a Yahoo mock draft, a sleeper mock draft, any other mock draft, you make your first 2 picks, and so do the people you're competing against, and then they just auto the rest because they're very satisfied that they got Ashton Genty and CMC at the turn. What you want is real shots on net, which is 20 rounds of real ADP where people are actually invested real money, real capital into this draft. So It's best ball, which in my humble opinion is the most convenient way for your draft. You have 20 rounds to build your roster for depth. Each week you start the following positions: 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances will be applied to your weekly roster. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades. None of that garbage. You get that garbage out here. You literally just draft it, get your fantasy football draft fix in, and then you can have some absolutely fantastic repercussions and results for having a fantasy football addiction. So sign up today on Drafters Fantasy Sports. Make sure you use promo code DISCO to double your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. We'll double your deposit anyway from I like that. From 25 to $100. It's a good looking shirt, Sleez.
It just came in.
I love it. I love it.
Let's go.
All right.
We also have the Guys Fantasy Football Premium Discord. We have 3 tiers where Sleez and I will help you across the board. Obviously, they're all very affordable. We have the Embark tier, which is $5, Hero tier, which is $10, Gold tier, which is $20. If you guys want to take your fantasy football drafting and you want to absolutely dominate and dummy your buddies this year and make them all cry and wonder how the hell you just crush them on a weekly basis. We've helped hundreds of people last year, and we're looking to double that number this year. So make sure you guys hit up the Guys, and our lobby has filled. We got a draft here, and let's shout out everybody from
Am I actually first?
You're at the 101.
It's rigged.
It's so rigged. Drafters is in here. I assure you guys it's not rigged.
So can I pick yet?
At the bottom middle there, you see where my cursor is.
Oh yeah, 131. Okay.
Yeah. So and then if you click I am ready, let's draft. It kind of like I've never seen it go 12 out of 12, but I think we have nothing but disco balls in here. We have yours true, you at the 101. I don't know Jonas Colliver. 0 F words at the 103. I'm trying not to curse because I know people are watching this with their children. Yes. Corey, he's a member of the community at the 104. Carl Ramrod, member of the community 105. Mikey Boy G, he was very successful in this contest last year at the 106. Yours truly at the 107. Stat ATL, Billy Gableman from 1 week season. Great follow on YouTube at the 108. Broadster at the 109. More community members. Sleez Bomb at the 110. Mount Matumbo at the 111. And Behave is a former member of Disco Ball Nation.
Cool.
But yeah,
Bomb, how's the shirt? Does it feel good? Does it fit good?
I'm ready.
But I mean,
great.
I don't have one because I said I wouldn't buy because they're exclusive shirts only for fans, classic people. So, is a good shirt, good quality?
It's good. Yeah, I'll wear it all the time. Cool. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
What day is
when does that start? I was just going to ask that.
Well, they'll actually start as a slow draft online, probably like August 1st.
It goes on through the expo, right? So
yeah. We wanted to start it before the expo be going on through the expo, so people can meet like, oh, hey, you're in my league, or so. But we didn't want to take away from draft night out and Kings Classics and that kind of stuff. So I'm up. Yeah,
you're up. Brock has said he's making the trip this year. Let's freaking go. Let's go. I can't wait to meet you in person, Dennis. It's going to be spectacular. I think we're all staying at the same hotel too, which is going to be insane. It's going to be the party away from the party. I love it. Let's go. Billy Gableman says Adrian Peterson, Tomlinson. Okay, where would you rank Derrick Henry amongst those two names, the Adrian Petersons, the LaDainian Tomlinsons?
Running back. I mean, and I've been tracking since 2000.
Tomlinson was one of my favorites.
But yeah, Tomlinson, Peterson, definitely got to be top 5 in consistency. You know who else was really consistent? And he was kind of, I'll call him the David Montgomery of the day.
Priest Holmes?
No, this was more over time. Like Priest Holmes is like 2-3 years, but this is like over his career.
Jamal Lewis
he'll never make it to the Hall, but he's definitely in the Hall of Very Goods.
Jamal Lewis?
No.
Okay, I'm done guessing. I apologize. Please.
Steven Jackson.
Oh,
for the Rams.
Oregon State? Okay.
And the funny thing was, if you guys remember, I used to drive for the Hall of Fame weekend. I don't anymore. But I met Steven Jackson. We smoked cigars together. And so I was telling him about my concept. And he said, well, do you have the data on me? And I go, yeah, I can go back to 2000, whatever. It's 2004, 2002. And I was showing him. He was like, yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. And then Torrey Holt walks up behind him. And so we start talking about how consistent Torrey Holt was. So it was kind of cool. But Steven Jackson was, that David Montgomery guy, just, 80% every year, nothing fancy, no, 50-point games, but certainly a great scenario.
I considered taking Derrick Henry for the thumbnail correlation, but it did not happen.
You couldn't do it.
Bob Long doesn't just organize the expo. His fantasy mind is off the charts. 100%. I agree.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it, brother.
James will be attending the Fantasy Football Expo as well.
Roster
Roster says, hi all. Priest Holmes for close to I loved Priest Holmes, man. He's one of my favorite all-time running backs. I almost considered becoming a Chiefs fan, but Tom Brady was just too good. Sean Jr. McCaffrey says, yo, gang, what's up, Sean? Thanks for swinging by. Sup, Who Hames? Great show earlier. Evening, Javi, Carl Ramrod, Bones. Does Drafters have a booth? Drafters does not have a booth this year. No. We kind of had like a booth last year, and it went well. It was a good booth, good experience. Maybe next year, Drafters will attend. I know that some of the folks at Drafters have bachelor parties and weddings to prepare for. So I think that was kind of like the decision maker as to why not to attend. But there's going to be another spectacular company there, and they're called Bull Rush. You guys should definitely check out their booth.
Yeah.
Bob, what booth is Bull Rush at? Oh, you're on the clock. Garrett Wilson, no hesitation. Let's see what else he picks here.
Oh, I get to pick again. I forgot about that. My bad.
He knows about Garrett Wilson. Let's go.
I mean, hey,
I don't have any of this guy yet, and you said I got to get my wide receiver, so let's go.
I like that. I like that a lot. We'll talk about that. We'll just finish catching up here. Does he play for the Raiders? We got that one. All right. Javi says choose 4. Ooh. DK, Judy, Myers, Sutton, Ridley, T-Mac. I believe that's Tyrone McMillan and Pearsall.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Bob. Since you're the special guest, you pick. I'm assuming it's PPR format.
Yeah, I assume it's PPP. Yeah. It's hard to know what DK is going to do in Pittsburgh, right? That's the right DK, right? Yeah, DK Metcalf, yeah.
Yes.
But he's the only guy there, so I got to pick him. Judy's the only guy for the Browns. Got to pick him. Sutton is always very good. For my 4th, if it's not Dynasty, I guess I would go Jacoby Myers and leave Ridley, T-Mac, and Pearsall off. And a hush falls over the crowd.
Sorry, no.
Okay.
Behave, the guy who formerly was on a member of Disco Ball Nation, thinks I owe him $100 because I said Demario Douglas would go for 100 receiving yards, and he did not. But I never made the bet. Okay. He just offered the bet. Bingo. So I'm going to say DK. I'm going to say Myers, Sutton, and it's a toss-up between Ridley and McMillan.
Sleez. Hold it back up. Let me see it. What was it again? I'm going DK. I'm going Ridley. I'm going T-Mac, and I'm going Judy.
Oh, so all different answers.
I'm starting to fall onto this T-Mac train, man.
All different answers. I love it. But hey, if we're looking at just consistency in general, yeah, I don't know if we've seen consistency from Tyrone McMillan, but the volume, the ability, and just being the alpha that they've been wanting forever in Carolina, it makes sense. He makes sense as somebody that has essentially a safe floor, even though we've never seen his floor, but an incredibly high ceiling that could pay off his current ADP, where you just took him, pick 39. Where are you with Tyrone McMillan this year, Bob?
He's a rookie, according to the book. Let's see, what is it? 85% of all rookie wide receivers do not hit 60% consistency in their first season. However, those that do usually are people like McMillan who have basically, they are the wide receiver 1 coming in, and you're competing against a Xavier Leggett, an old man, and
Adam
Thielen. So opportunity alone certainly says but it's an interesting scenario for sure.
I like it. All right. Tyler Bradley from the Fantasy Football Advice Network says, I tried to get in, just missed it. Got in your draft randomly. Welcome to the community. 0 Fs. Marshall Falk. Oh, that's another good name, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, I think
Especially the PPR format for sure, right?
Yeah, I think Jonathan Coe is a fan of your what was his name? David Montgomery take. He's a diehard Lions fan. I don't know if you could tell that. That's
what about Emmett Smith for consistency?
Emmett Smith, I'm sure he was, but I don't have stats back that far.
You know who does? Greg. Where's Greg? Is Greg coming to that?
Frank Gore was Mr. Consistent too.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably was. He was probably like that David Montgomery kind of guy. Like he would get probably 12 to 18 points a week, but he never had, I don't remember him having like a 4 touchdown game or anything crazy like that.
Hold on. I got to send the link to Greg Kellogg. Greg probably has the stats. Do you know if Greg's attending the expo?
I don't think so. I feel like he's on a cruise or something, or maybe. Nah, you know what though? He did say he was coming. That's a good question. We'll need him to answer that.
All right, I'll just send him the link, and we'll see. I love Greg. Greg is one of the all-time.
Yeah. Greg's awesome.
Just all-time greatest human beings, and like we're talking about just OGs and the entire.
I mean, this guy's a fantasy sports writer, Hall of Famer.
Yep. Was he first ballot? He should have been first ballot. He must have been.
I mean, I'm assuming he was.
Yeah.
It was back in the day. I don't even know if I was even writing for anybody at that point, but
he's been playing fantasy like 3 times the amount I've been alive. So he's been doing it. He's been doing it.
Well, I have 2, but
check that Rashid Rice value right there. Just go. What you think?
I think of CMC. I love CMC. I've drafted him in the Scott Fish Bowl at number 5 overall. I've drafted him in the late first, early second, in quite a few drafts.
So you're willing to take the risk. You're not and just to clarify for people who are listening to us on audio, Hussein asked, Bob, what do you think about CMC this year? Do you think he's worth drafting first round or second? And Bob, you are all in on it. So you're not scared?
I'm not. I mean, we can all be scared of anybody getting hurt. It's going to happen. But this guy's usually a workout fiend. He really puts a lot, but he also gets a lot of touches. And I feel like, of him, I mean, I'm totally fine with drafting him. Obviously, usually I would turn around because if you get him late in the first, I've actually done a McCaffrey, Derrick Henry flip in round 1, 2. And so I feel like that just kind of helps me get things in check from that perspective. So
I love it. Sleez, how do you feel about Christian McCaffrey this year, buddy? This is
all in, baby. All in.
Yeah. I'll say this. I was all in drafting CMC in this format when he was going off the board in the second round. I've only seen that once.
I just got him at the 15.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that never happens for me. So yeah, that's where I love CMC. I'm all in on CMC, the ROI for talking about return on investment in general. Christian McCaffrey is probably the most likely to give you RB1 fantasy football player 1 upside in any of the rounds, as long as he's healthy. And if you look at the wide receiver situation they're bringing in Quentin Cephas, Equinemius St. Brown, just a bunch of guys who I would say are no names, but their names are hard to pronounce because their wide receiver room is just in shambles. So we know that Shanahan's going to feed and continue to feed CMC the rock, and he's going to give him an absurd amount of volume. And I think CMC is back with a vengeance, so I'm here for it. We have a fantastic question here. Sean Jr. McCafferty, and since you are our esteemed guest, Bob, you will take first response here as well. He says, yo, full PPR, would you take Achane or London after taking Puka in the first round?
I would probably take London. And like I said, then I would wait to get running backs later, like Aaron Jones that I just took, or Montgomery or somebody like that. Yeah.
I'm shocked that you passed on Montgomery for Aaron Jones. Sleez.
I know. I was thinking about him, like, which one do I take? I'm like, I'll take Jones. I didn't expect Montgomery to fall because I'm like, I've been talking about him the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to.
Well, we've been pushing David Montgomery pretty aggressively this summer. We've been like, Mikey, you broke my heart with that one, buddy.
Well, what is Bob's thoughts on Ragnow being gone, Zeitler being traded? Their offensive line went from top 3 to probably top 15.
No, they're still ranked 6th.
They're still ranked high.
PPR or PFF has them at 13 right now.
Oh, do they?
The guy from Established the Run has them ranked at 6, and I feel like he's been more accurate consistently pre-season. But yeah, I mean, Decker potentially being on the pup. This is kind of why I'm fading David Montgomery. If you're looking at where he converted and where he was absolutely phenomenal, I want to say 80 to 95% of the third and shorts or the goal line touches that equated into touchdowns happened between Ragnow and Zeitler, and now that's completely gone. Zeitler is now blocking for Tennessee. Ragnow is retired, and then their left tackle Taylor Decker, he's potentially going to be sidelined for the first 4 to 6 weeks on the pup. That doesn't discourage you from David Montgomery, because I feel like he was very, very push dependent, and I don't love the pieces that they brought in to replace that offensive line. Hence why I'm not really in on David Montgomery this year.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. I mean, I'm kind of still going with the fact that offense is still going to click. They're still going to get down there. Even a below average, below the greatness of those guys, any decent bulldozer can make a room for Montgomery to get in, and he's a pretty good runner down there. He seems to find the holes pretty easily. But yeah, I mean, I totally understand where you guys are coming from, though, too. So
time to watch Justin Fields fall and continue to fall. If this falls,
so it's funny because I was doing Scott Fishbowl in Chicago, and Justin Fields went in the 3rd round.
Oh, he went in the 3rd of ours too.
Did he? Okay.
I mean, he gives you the massive upside, especially with.
He can. Sure. Yeah.
I was literally quoted, like I have a short there, and I have a couple of tweets out there saying we have 2 rules in Big Draft Energy. We used to have 10 draft commandments. Now we have 2. Rule number 1, don't be a homer. Don't draft, guys from your favorite home team, especially if your home team sucks and your fantasy team's going to suck. And it just sucks. It sucks, especially for your partner. She's going to have to hear you bicker and moan about, your fantasy team losing, and just don't do it. A Patriots fan here. It's been rough. Rule number 2 is now don't draft Jets quarterbacks, because that's where quarterbacks go to die. And we said this over a month ago, and boy, it kind of came into fruition today. It is a big toe dislocation. I don't know what the timeline is like on a big toe dislocation, but I'm willing to buy the dip. I only have 4% of Justin Fields this year. What are the ripple effects?
Right now, the dip is money.
What are the and I'll answer your question right after this, Sean. So I'm going to start it and I'll answer this, but I'm going to ask this question for our esteemed guest and Sleez. What do we feel like the ripple effects are going to be like if Justin Fields misses a significant amount of time due to that toe injury? What does that do for Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Mason Taylor? Does it raise any of them up, raise any of them down? Please give me a little bit of feedback on what it does. What
you remind me who the backup is?
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor. Well, okay. Well, for Garrett Wilson, I mean, he has been a decently consistent receiver with garbage for 4 years, or however long he's been playing. I think it's been 4. So from that perspective, Garrett Wilson probably will be fine. Breece Hall, yeah, maybe. I don't, their offensive line pretty good. I don't remember where they were ranked. I don't feel like it was that.
It was terrible last year, but they brought in some good. It should be better this year.
But then again, Breece Hall could get 10 targets a game as a check down as well. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes my Garrett Wilson pick not look as good. I was kind of hoping that it was just I stubbed my toe and I'll be back, but maybe it's going to be more than that. Who knows?
So there is 3 injury updates from camp today. George Pickens had a scare, but it looks like he's all right and he's good to go. Darnell Mooney went for a diving catch, came up hobbling. and he hasn't returned to practice. So right now, Mooney's on injury watch as well. I think it's even better for Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall is going to benefit substantially. I think the biggest loser out of the entire situation is Garrett Wilson, because we're finally accounting for somebody who's been receiving an obnoxious amount of volume every year he's been in the league, to finally have quality volume with somebody that he actually gets along with and likes. I think the biggest loser would be Garrett Wilson, and drafting him in the second round is a terrible mistake, personally. But I mean, at the end of the day, if the volume and the production finally gel, we're talking about a league winner. So I understand the upside play. I just fool me once sort of deal. As for this question, Sean, I'm going to say if I have Puka and H-N's available in its PPR league, I'm taking H-N 100% of the time. He's the only running back in round 2 that I believe has RB1 upside this year, especially PPR format. I absolutely love Devon H-N. If you look at the splits last year when Tua Tagovailoa was healthy, Devon H-N led the entire league out of all the running backs in fantasy points per game. We've seen him be incredibly efficient and productive in his rookie season. As a runner, we've seen him be incredibly efficient and productive as a receiving back last year. I think this is the year we see him put it all together, and HN has that RB1 upside, and I wouldn't be shocked if he does finish as the RB1. What about you, Sleez?
You know me, but this one's tough because I have London as my dark horse wide receiver 1. So this is like a 51-49 A-Chain just because I love A-Chain so much.
I respect it.
And I mean, you look at the Kyle Pitts hype today with Penix. So, you know, okay, I don't want to beat that drum again, Kyle Pitts, but it could be the time.
Bob, how do you feel about Xavier Worthy this year?
I feel a lot better for him now since Mr. Rice is going to be off a few games. I don't know if I'm going to be super excited about drafting him at any point, because when Rice comes back, he'll take over as the 1. Worthy did pretty decent in the second half of last year once he kind of got into the swing, but they still didn't set the world on fire in the passing game, obviously, by the 31% consistency that Mr. Mahomes put up for the year. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a tough call, that's for sure.
Bob, I love you, but you're breaking my heart, brother. You really
Sorry.
are.
Did you not want me to take Tillman?
No, I don't
he's
care.
all Xavier Worthy.
I love.
Oh, he's all that on Xavier Worthy. All right, well,
I'm
that's
on
fair.
the Patrick Mahomes revenge tour this year. How we doing? No Cap Mac, good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. Javi with a great question says, how do you feel about Emeka Egbuka in a PPR league?
Oh, Bob. Took my 8 stack. Yep.
Sorry, man. You know, right now with Chris Godwin having some issues with injuries and not looking 100% yet, I love him a lot. I mean, you have to love every Ohio State wide receiver because they're just all that talented. And so, yeah, if Ibuka can get opportunity to be even the number 3 in the slot, he might be the Chris Godwin type person that Baker Mayfield. I mean, the start of last year, Godwin went 7 for 7 in the first 7 games for consistency. It's 100%, and then got hurt.
Yeah.
You put Ibuka in the slot and move McMillan outside, you got something. So,
yeah,
I definitely like that scenario a lot.
I'm with you 100%. I think Sleez and I both 100% agree with you. We love Emeka Egbuka this year, and we've been all over the Emeka Egbuka over Chris Godwin. I feel like Chris Godwin was going way too early. And where's he going now? Where did he go with this draft? Did he go?
Yeah, he went.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Where'd he go?
He went really. He's fallen at AP far. He went.
Oh, he went round 7.
Oh yeah, usually he's like around 5-6 clicks. So it's good to see that he's falling. I'm still not clicking there. Jonathan Cole says Monty behind Brandon Thorne, 6th ranked online seems good. I mean, that's Brandon Thorne's opinion. I'm not invested. What's one camp story from this week that may affect your best ball draft strategies going forward in short term? I'm going to take this one, but I know this is Bob's team. But Bob is a Cleveland guy. We're finally going to figure out who is going to be throwing the football in Cleveland. Is it Shador? Is it Flacco? Is it Kenny Pickett? Is it Deshaun Watson? Is it any of those guys? You nodded your head for Kenny Pickett.
Well, I'm only nodding it because that's what I'm hearing in town.
Okay.
Joe Dolan was on with Nathan Zagura, who does their play-by-play, is kind of the Browns insider. And he said, as of right now, Kenny Pickett's getting the first team runs. Scares me to death. It literally makes me ill because I was hoping to be Flacco or so that he could just throw like 400 times a game. But right now it's looking like Pickett, and the rumor is that's what they want. They want him to prove that he can be that person. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, he has as many Super Bowl victories as Joe Flacco, for what it's worth.
So do I.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Pickett was for the Eagles last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Okay. I was like, did they all have 0? Because I have 0.
No. He definitely has one. Okay, so Bob, what's the storyline that you're into this year, especially for this week camp news-wise, for your best ball strategy or just fantasy football strategy in general?
To me, it's the Najee Harris story. This is like way too weird. Like, it's okay if you blow your fingers off and admit it and you get them all taped up and whatever, like JPP did. But like, Harris didn't go to camp. He didn't report to team doctors. He's not telling them where he's getting his. He's just saying he's going to handle it, but he won't tell anybody what really happened or what's really wrong. He just says he has an eye injury. Well, that's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did he blow his whole face off? Did he, I mean, what really happened? And when are we going to know? That's just kind of disturbing to me that we haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I think another interesting one is who's going to be the running back for Jacksonville. Sleez, what's a good story for you?
Crazy story for me, I would say, is the Kevontae Turpin working out of the backfield today for the Cowboys. And we've been talking about how this backfield is going to shake out for the Cowboys all year. I don't think they're going to have much of a run game. They're pass heavy. And Turpin being the gadget guy out of the backfield is a round 20 flyer I'm thinking about in best ball every draft now.
Yeah, if you're looking at the front seven for both the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, I'm licking my chops if I'm either one of them and I see Turpin in the backfield. I don't think he survives a game as a running back. Maybe as like a gadget player, but I don't think he's not built like that. I want a consistent RB last 5 to 10 years. That's constantly overlooked recently. Look no further than James Conner, says Billy Gableman. Bob's nodding in agreement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of those every year. You're like, no, wheels are going to fall off. Yep, wheels are going to fall off. They don't. And every year there he is. Balling. He's in the top 24. And everybody be like, oh, well, okay, but I'm not going to do it next year. And then he's top 24 again. Oh, well, maybe not that. Well, maybe I can't. It's a tough decision, but people, And you notice I didn't draft him either, so I'm no better. And I'm sitting there putting the numbers up, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to make that call.
So I thought this was a joke, but Raiders fan for life just came in and announced that Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle for the Las Vegas Raiders, the one who previously played for the Miami Dolphins, he just got cut. Ooh. They released him.
Okay.
Very interesting. That was a significant offseason acquisition for them last year. They threw the Brinks truck and then some at him, and now they're cutting him. Very interesting. What's up, Mossy, with the Disco? It's on Justin Fields, planting foot. He's a righty, right? He is a righty. On the course tonight, but have a great stream, gents. Appreciate you, Billy. Great stream, guys. Bob, do you see regression from the Bucs offense and Baker Mayfield this year? Great question, NFL DFS picks.
I mean, obviously, the Tristan Wirfs news is a little bit concerning. But if you can get back, I mean, it's still a strong offensive line. You still have Mike Evans. You still have possibly Godwin. You've got Bucky Irving, Rashad White in the backfield. I mean, I don't think things slow down too much. I mean, the guy who's taken over for Liam Cohen has said, I ain't changing anything, which why would you?
Yeah.
So I'm good with the offense. I think the only real question is what is going to happen to, Rashad White. And I heard rumors they might trade him to like somebody like Dallas or somebody that could use a good back.
Like
that's
an
a
ETN
good
situation.
idea, but we'll just see if that actually happens.
Did I miss anything? Why did Jadon Blue fall 40 picks?
Because he hasn't had a carry yet in the offseason.
Really? That's why he fell?
Yeah.
Well, it's him or Najee Harris. So damned if I do, damned if I don't. I needed a running back there. Yeah, I mean, like, it's tough to look at a team that's been so efficient, especially Baker Mayfield, and how efficient and explosive that offense was, especially with all the touchdown upside that they had, and anticipate that we're not going to see regression from that. I believe that we saw them at their ceiling, and their floor was also spectacular because they were just high octane, high ceiling offense all year last year. I just feel like we're drafting almost all of them at their ceiling. I'm not in for drafting people at last year because of last year's results. So I'm betting on a regression there. I'm also betting on a regression for Jared Goff as well. Toe injury for dual threat quarterbacks, not promising to say the least. Yep. Dolphins have bottom 5 O-line according to Thorne. They didn't improve. They were terrible last year. They brought in a decent guard, a decent tackle, but nothing significant. They just need to improve their run game and hopefully, be a little bit more cohesive as a unit. Bob, please explain why you're willing to take Tillman ahead of ADP. I love him too.
Well, all you got to do is look at the 3 games he actually played was the guy there last year as the number 2. I want to believe, and I got to look this up in the book because I'm old and I don't have a great memory, but I know I wrote about him. So let me find it so I can say it exactly right. Where is it at? Nope. Where is it? There we go. So in 3 games, weeks 7, 8, and 9, Tillman was the number 1 fantasy receiver with 64.5 points. But the rest of the season, he did nothing. But that's because the other guys came back. Judy, everybody was healthy again. And so he didn't get to do much. Plus, he missed a bunch of games with injuries. Now he's back as the number 2. Judy's number 1. If he stays healthy, getting him in what round? 14? I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I have a lot of love for Tillman this year, especially for as late as you can get him. You can get him as your wide receiver 4 or 5. So, yeah, it's not a problem. Oh, damn you. Sleez got me back. I was going to take Bigsby at the 15 spot, but I'm like, nah, I better get my backup quarterback is Sam Darnold. Yay.
Thank you for the Tillman take. I love Tillman this year.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're applying for. I thought you were applying because you took Bigsby.
No.
Yeah. Well, and somebody obviously took one of my guys because he's not in my queue anymore. Who did that?
What guy?
Oh, no, never mind. I'm stupid. It was me. I was like, wait a minute. Where's my Elijah Moore?
Oh, you took Elijah Moore way early. He falls.
No. I just took him last round.
I know you took him way early though. He falls around 20.
Oh yeah, no, he probably does.
Yeah.
It's just somebody that I like this year too.
Just taking all my Bills correlation, Bob. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Take it all.
You still have Dawson Knox and Curtis Samuel.
There you go.
Josh Allen naked. Fine.
Some deep darts. The majority of the Josh Allen teams I do see are not uncorrelated. I don't have a single stack yet. I kind of screwed the pooch with my quarterback situation. I forgot that Herbert and Bo Nix have the same bye week.
I kind of forgot how fast this draft goes.
These drafts are very quick, especially here with this community. When you have 10 out of 12 community members in here, it tends to go.
Yeah, no, it's flying. That's for sure.
Egbuka is going to ball out this year. Heck yeah, Buccaneer. I love that take, brother. Interesting if true. Jonathan Coe, Pat's probably too. So AFC East is 50% shitty O-lines. Yeah. Najee was at camp today wearing shades, so couldn't see his eyes, but he's alive. He was at camp today, Mossy? That's good to know. That's good to know. Do you think
that's good.
Where are the conspiracy theorists? The guys who said, that wasn't Damar Hamlin. That's a doppelganger. That's a clone. That's not the real Damar Hamlin. Guy plays this football the exact same way. Where are the conspiracy theorists now with the Najee Harris? That's not the real Najee Harris. That's a doppelganger with shades. The
Could
eyes
be
are even the same.
A pirate.
I would go with that.
Yeah, the eyes are completely burnt. It's not even the same. MDS says, good evening. Welcome to the stream. We have 250 plus people watching simultaneously on Twitter and YouTube. That's a heck of a lot of people. Bob, you're a big grab. You're a big
I guess
get
so.
there.
Maybe.
Guys, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel if you're watching us on X. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, like, costs you nothing. It helps us out a heck of a lot. And Sleez, thank you for the 5 gifted. I didn't even notice that.
No, it's fine. Don't worry.
Hey, at least I thanked you for it. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Nice reference. Which reference? What are we talking about, BG? Good to see you, Matumbo. Disco, have you heard anything from SoCal? Like Southern California?
South Carolina?
South Carolina? Like
I don't know.
I'm from Canada. So
that's true.
No. No, I haven't heard.
No, I've heard nothing.
No, I mean, Sleez, are you in SoCal?
Oh God, stat. Ooh, I'm in Central Valley, Cal.
Central Valley, Cal. So you're
nice,
Fresno, right?
Yeah, nice pick.
Disco, did you see Thomas Fidone's catch from camp today? Dude looks. Thomas Fidone is legitness. He is as legit as it gets. He is too legit to quit. I think the only thing that would make I like that, Bob. I love that a lot. Thank you. You got the reference. Too legit to quit. Great reference. He was one of the better route runners I've seen out of all the tight ends. I think his only knock was he was wearing 2 knee braces his last year because he had 2 separate knee injuries in 2 separate years. Played through it his last year in college. Wasn't utilized as much as he should, but he was the cleanest route runner out of all the rookie tight ends this year. And guess what? There's no knee brace. I don't know if there was a knee brace for that highlight clip, but Fidone is somebody who I'm very interested in. If I'm building any Giants correlation, which very seldomly happens, but if I am, I'm definitely clicking Thomas Fidone around 20. But yes, no cap. I definitely saw it. SoCal, if you're watching, we miss you, buddy. Like the person, Bob, begin. That your
Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson will probably not play in the 3rd week because it's too hot, and then he'll quit.
That's why I'm staying away from him.
Samson, though, I'm good with Samson. I don't even know why they signed Deontay Johnson. I'm like, what are you?
We need to have Bob on more, man. We agree on all the stuff. Let's go.
Savage. You guys didn't agree on
Montgomery.
Davido to Fidone for the familia. I love that. So shout out to Jack listening. Jack, you coming to the Expo this year, bud? Can't wait to see you again if you are. Billy says I have Mahomes Sleez, and then have you heard? No, I have not. I don't know. Like so the guy on Twitter, X? No.
Oh, I know. I just like Brashard Smith.
Yeah, Brashard's great. Now, is there any rookies this year that you are in on? Because, like, typically, if you're looking at the consistency guide, you don't really love the whole rookie aspect. But is there any rookies that you're eyeing this year that you're like, I'm really in on these guys?
I usually like to take some darts on late rounds, especially best ball drafts like these. I was going to take one more quarterback. So, like, guys like Pat Bryant. Who has a chance to play some, Trey Harris for the Chargers with Mike Williams being signed and then retiring.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson's is basically the only person in the way of Trey Harris getting some targets. And Quentin Johnson, this has got to be his year. If he doesn't step up, he's going to be done. Lad McConkey, of course, has the stranglehold on the one spot. So it's those kind of guys, late round darts,
what happened today?
Huh?
You see what happened today?
No.
QJ had another QJ day, just dropping everything today again.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard the other day he had 2 amazing catches for touchdowns and then dropped 2 balls right over the middle in his hands. It's like, dude, you're just, and Trey Harris, I guess, has looked pretty good. But all you got to do is catch the ball. You don't even have to be fantastic. Just catch the ball.
You know what they say about tall receivers who can't catch? You better bulk up and turn into a defensive
tight end. Or be a tight end.
I think it's you need to catch as a tight end too. I think it's too late in his career to change positions. Unfortunately, just not a great deal for him right now. But he did spike a couple of weeks last year, and I'm grateful for that. I love that he spiked last year.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin Johnson's one of those, he's a great late pick in best ball because you hope he has 4 or 5 of those 2 touchdown, 150-yard games or something crazy. But I just feel like they're also going to be few and far between as well.
I'll be honest, this is not my favorite draft that I've drafted. Like, I loved yesterday's
It's gone
draft.
so fast. I want to see what my team looks like when I'm done, because I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. Like, did we just finish the draft? This
Yeah, it's like, did we just finish the draft in less than an hour? Actually, not even that. Right? What, 40 minutes, 45 minutes?
Roughly. I think it's going to take us longer to break down the rosters and give grades
Yeah,
and feedback than
I'm
it
going
is
to be looking
for
at my team going, what did I do? What? Why did I pick him there? Oh, because everybody took all my other picks.
All right, here it is, just for you, Disco. DJ.
Oh,
So, like,
great.
I'm not the Deontay Johnson truther. I said the wide receiver 1 in Cleveland is David Njoku. That's what I said. I'm interested in Njoku. I'm interested in Fannin, and I'm interested in Dylan Sampson. Everybody else, I don't want at ADP because they're all a trap. I said Derek Brown, D-Bro. He kind of his write up on Deontay Johnson has me intrigued, has me very intrigued. And I'm willing to take a couple darts on Deontay Johnson around 20 because why the hell not? But we had David Njoku, so we double tapped with Harold Fannin because I'm anticipating a lot of 12 personnel in Cleveland. Don't typically recommend that, but worked out this time. No Cap Max says maybe that's why Marvin Harrison Jr. bulked up. No, Marvin Harrison Jr. has tremendous hands. He's an incredible route runner. He's just not a deep ball threat, and he was thrown the ball as a deep ball threat, the 6th most in the NFL last year. He was only motioned once. The offensive coordinator and head coach have zero imagination when it comes to scheming up special talent like that. Hopefully we see him motion up, and it's not Kyler Murray's fault. It's Jonathan Gannon's fault. He's on the hot seat. Exactly. Who Haim says Arizona is using Marvin Harrison Jr. so wrong. 100%. And that's why we're not seeing the Trey McBride touchdown translation. It sucks.
Mr. Relevant is Elijah Mitchell.
I love the Elijah Mitchell click. He's one of my favorite clicks. If Pickett is the Browns QB, I think Deontay will be very solid. If Pickett is the Browns QB, they might as well fold. Speaking of might as well fold, my friend brought it to my attention today after the Justin Fields injury. It was JETS is an acronym for just end the season. I love that so much. As great. A Patriots fan, their misery is just I obviously wish him a speedy recovery, of course, but God bless the Jets, man. I was just kidding about MHJ. I think he and Kyler don't mesh well. I mean, I don't think Kyler meshes well with anybody other than his Call of Duty teammates. They need to tank for QB in Arizona. I agree, Bones. All right, let's look at some rosters here. If you guys are in the draft, let us know. I know Billy is in here, so we're going to look at Billy first. And yeah, if you guys are in here with us, let us know right now in the chat so we can look over your team. If you don't want us to look over your team, just don't say anything.
Which one's Billy?
Billy's at the stat. 108. He's stat ATL. So
he's stat ATL. Okay.
Yeah, he goes 2.783. Patrick Mahomes and Michael Penix at quarterback. I love your quarterback room. Chuba, Travion Henderson, J.K. Dobbins, Ray Davis, Isaac Garendo, Brashard Smith, a little micro stack with Patrick Mahomes there, and Kyle Monangai, your guy, my guy. It's Kyle Monangai. I love him. Malik Neighbors, Drake London. It was always Xavier Worthy. It was never Rashee Rice. DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnston, De'Ami Brown, Jalen Tolbert, Hunter Henry, Elijah Arroyo, Noah Gray. Bob, how do you feel about this roster, and how would you grade it between like a D or an F being like terrible and A+ being like one of the better drafts?
Well, obviously, you start at the quarterback position. We need Patrick Mahomes to be better than 31% consistent. If you can get back to a 70%, you're solid. I don't know about Penix. I haven't seen enough. We'll see. But Mahomes is probably going to be your top guy every week. Running back position is a little weak. I mean, when your number one is Hubbard, I mean, that's a good number 2, good number 3. Henderson, I mean, certainly was good at Ohio State, but how much is he going to get the ball with Ramondre Stevenson there? J.K. Dobbins versus R.J. Harvey. Ray Davis, I love. And if James Cooks doesn't sign, that's your number 2, could end up being your number 1 back. Garenda's a great backup to CMC if you had CMC. What's his name? Brashard Smith. Oh, Brashard. Okay, so that's why I took Elijah Mitchell as the last pick in the draft, because I think he's the backup to Pacheco. But if you have a love for that guy, good for you. And same way with McConaughey. I mean, just have to see what happens.
That's
is it McGonagall?
Manangai.
Manangai. Never mind.
It took me like 3 months to figure it out.
Okay, that's why you're okay. Wide receivers, yeah, love. I mean, this group is outstanding. I mean, Neighbors, London, Worthy, Moore. I mean, all of those top guys. Worthy, of course, because of Rice. Addison, hopefully, doesn't get too many games suspension. Probably only get 2 or 3. Quentin Johnson kind of had that conversation earlier. If he can stop dropping balls, he'd be fine. He's good in the best ball. And then Brown and Tolbert, decent backups. Hunter Henry could have a big year. I mean, there isn't much else to throw to outside of Stephon Diggs. I've heard good things about Arroyo in Seattle, and they let what's his name go, right? Noah Fant. So
yes,
it's pretty much his job. So that's a good pick too. Noah Gray, he's kind of like a David Montgomery to Travis Kelce. He's kind of always out there, gets his 2-3 catches every once in a while, gets a touchdown, great best ball. So if I had to grade, all right, I'm going to put him kind of in the middle because then there's going to be that plus minus. So I'm going to give him a C+.
I like it. Now, I think the reason why people draft Brashard Smith, and I know the reason why I draft Brashard Smith, is because I'm anticipating that the running equity is not really going to be there for the Chiefs this year. They are going to be absolutely terrible. If you look at Brashard Smith and just, his player profile, he kind of fills that Jerick McKinnon role where Jerick McKinnon was so successful when they didn't have a run game. He is going to be their check down guy in PPR format. He's going to put up Justice Hill like Jerick McKinnon like numbers. And that's what you kind of like. But I do like double tapping both him and Elijah Mitchell, especially because I believe Patrick Mahomes has QB1 upside this year.
I was just laughing at his comment about
what I saw it. He says, if you think my RB is weak, wait till you do your RB room, Bob. So shots are flying here. And
I drafted 4 straight running backs at the beginning. What did you think I was going to get? Or 4 straight wide receivers.
Yeah.
Which I guess he did too. So, all right, fair game. I get it.
I'm gonna grade this. I'm gonna grade this. I think what would have made this better is if week 14 wasn't so catastrophic for you at the running back position. Week 14 is really going to be tough, especially since your top 2 guys are not going to be there. And then J.K. Dobbins, I don't think his ACL, MCL, PCL, Achilles, his contract, I don't think it's going to hold up for until week 14. Ray Davis, you need a lot to happen for Ray Davis to be significant. Guerendo's also on a bye week, so even if the CMC handcuff situation happens, so you're betting on Ray Davis, J.K. Dobbins, Kyle Monangai, and Brashard Smith. You're almost punting a week there at the running back position. But I mean, things could fall your way, like injuries could happen. But it's just tough to see. I'm gonna give this a B-. What do you think, Sleez? I love the wide receiver room, spectacular. Quarterback room, 2 of my favorite QBs to draft, especially at value. Your running back, your tight end room sucks, but your wide receiver room is like A++. What do you think, Sleez?
I got you, Billy. Don't worry. Don't let him rag on you too much here. There's a good strap behind this. So when Billy, how he drafts, right? So when you're looking at the 2 week 14 running backs, I get the Guerendo's part of it, but that's 14 weeks into the season. There's going to be injuries by then. So I do like the strategy of the 2 14 running backs to start, and then you get a chance for any of these guys to pop or become the guy by then. Obviously, the quarterback room is solid. The wide receiver room is solid. Tight end room is hurting. But if any position to hurt at, you want it to be tight end. I mean, look at the teams last year, right? Teams had terrible tight ends that won $500,000. So I'm gonna go B+. I'm gonna go B on this.
Yeah, it's the bye weeks that get me because I don't hate the running back room. It's the bye weeks that get me. You're punting a week, and you can't afford to punt a week, especially at a position that's so predominant. All right, let's. Okay, so 0F says, I'd like a review. I got you. Carl Ramrod says, review me, please. Mikey Boyji says he would like a review. So those are the guys we're going to review. But we'll also, Brat, are you still in here? Bratster. Senor Bratster. All right, so we'll start with 0Fs. He goes, Kyler Murray, 3593 is the roster construction. So when you see less than 6 running backs, it means that he spent some early and premium capital at the running back position. He goes Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers. It's a good quarterback room. Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I think Jonathan Taylor is criminally underrated this year. he was listening to your David Montgomery take. Rashad White, Najee Harris. Najee Harris, 26 past ADP. I think he's going to continue to go around there until we see him on the football field. DK Metcalf correlated with Aaron Rodgers. Zay Flowers, Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins correlated with CJ Stroud. Jaden Higgins is a rookie. I need to start getting a little bit more exposure to. He was very athletic, 6'4", hella fast. For looking at like, he's the carbon copy of Nico Collins. So I like him. I like him a lot, and I need to invest. Hollywood Brown, Darius Slayton, Jalen Noel, double tapping the backup receivers there. That's taking D-Row's advice. Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, both with CJ Stroud. Roman Wilson also with Aaron Rodgers. Parker Washington. And then you got Trey McBride with Kyler Murray, Tyler Warren, and then Dalton Schultz. You didn't need Dalton Schultz here. I'm just going to go out and say that. If you're making the elite investment in draft capital on a Trey McBride, you are betting on 2 tight ends. You also drafted Tyler Warren a little too soon. So you're kind of banking on like the bully tight end approach where you'll have a top 5 tight end. And Trey McBride's my tight end 1. So I'm not mad at the pick, but like you're banking on one of them to fill in as like your top tight end and also another one fill in the flex spot, which is okay. This is a decent roster. I just feel like there's a significant fall off at the wide receiver position. Bob, what do you think, buddy?
So the quarterbacks, okay. We need Kyler to be better than 53% consistent, which he was last year, to be your true one. CJ Stroud, 35% consistent last year, has nowhere to go but up. Aaron Rodgers, I think we'll all just be happy if he makes it through the season and doesn't just quit because him and DK Metcalf get in a fight.
Yeah.
Bijan, I mean, the running backs, holy cow. I mean, whew. If Rashad White can get traded to the you may just have all 4 running backs would just be your, running backs and flex just take over everything. If Rashad White gets traded to like a Cowboys or somebody where he can actually play more and Najee can, do his best Stevie Wonder impression, then these guys are going to be outstanding. Wide receivers, okay. We don't know what Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers are going to do together. We think it'll be good things. We don't know. Jeudy should be the number 1 in Cleveland, but what does that mean? Zay Flowers is a very good receiver. He could be your number 1 this year if Metcalf doesn't pull his weight. The rest are all, boom or bust kind of people, but that's perfect for a best ball. I get that. Like you said, you got 2 studs, McBride and Tyler Warren. At tight end, I'm perfectly fine with that. Again, if one of them has to flex because your wide receivers don't pick up that week or they have some buys, then you might need them. You might need the Tyler Warren to fill in. Like you said, if Schultz does anything, he might have that spot one week. I mean, I'd give this a B-. I think this is a fair team to. Maybe now, what? I think I might give this a B+. I think you've got enough superstars and Bijan, Taylor, Montgomery, McBride. If the quarterbacks can be a little bit better and keep a consistent basis, even if they're mixing and matching. Kyler has one good week. CJ Stroud has the next week. Rodgers maybe every once in a while just goes off against somebody like, Cincinnati when they play the Bengals, and it'll be, 42-45 or whatever. So I think this is a pretty good team. I think it, B+ kind of scenario. I like it.
Sleez?
He made a big mistake. This could have been an A draft. It was there, and he kind of cucked it up here a little bit. When you invest in Trey McBride, right, and you're looking at Tyler Warren here, you wasted your round 10 pick where you could have got more value at wide receiver to give you a 5-hitter, right? So I like the roster a lot. I'm really high on, Jaden Higgins, Jeudy, Flower, and Metcalf. I love all their volume potential. But you got cute with the Schultz. You could have just had Schultz and Trey McBride, right? And if you'd have had Tyler Warren and you'd got another hitter at wide receiver, I think this team would be pretty well in the cash. I like this roster a lot.
Yeah. So, here's mine, right? From a roster construction standpoint, I feel like the build is okay, but the investment isn't right. And you made some major faux pas, right? And I'm a big historian of this tournament. And I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but when you go with a robust RB start, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, especially in best ball, in redraft,
you don't smash
all the best do it. Like I literally just in a redraft league went Bijan and Jonathan Taylor and filled in the rest. Justin Fields happened to be one of those guys. God bless. But yeah, so if you go robust RB with 2 running backs in your first 2 rounds, you can't then go make an elite investment at the one position here. And I like the correlation. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like you're sacrificing way too much value at wide receiver right now. There is a significant tier drop off, and it's like the tier didn't even start because with Arthur Smith, there's going to be weeks where DK Metcalf and that passing game is just going to be non-existent. You need 3 to 4 top 20, top 25 wide receivers on a weekly basis. And I just don't see it based off of the investment and the capital that you spend. Sure, you can have guys that spike, but I don't think you have any floor here, and the ceiling isn't as exciting as well. The running back room is spectacular. The tight end room, I agree with Sleez 100% on just the investment and the capital spent. It's more about strategy, roster construction, and investment of your draft capital, especially for this tournament, than like player takes. If this was a redraft lineup, I'd love it for you. I generally would. But for this format, I'd recommend, if you do go robust RB to start just to get unique, don't invest early in the ones, especially taking like an elite 1 at the tight end position or elite 1 at the quarterback position. And you did it here with Trey McBride. And then like Sleez says, you kind of screwed the pooch here with Tyler Warren. As much as I love Tyler Warren, you didn't need him there. Another high upside wide receiver would have suffice. So I'm going to say this is a C draft, and I'd like to see you come back and draft with us. That's why I said a C draft, and hopefully take that advice to the bank, right, brother?
So Billy had like a little research on, I forget what his numbers were, but it was great research. Whenever you go running back early and then you go elite tight end, your chances, I forgot what he said, are lower than 10% or something like that. It's very bad.
Yeah. Sup, all you amazing people, beautiful people. Okay, so Mount Matumbo wants his lineup looked at as well, and so does Broadster. Okay, so we got Mikey Boy G, Carl Ramrod, Mount Matumbo, Broadster. Okay, cool. Mikey Boy G, he drafted at the 106. And Bob, if you're running short on time, please just let me know.
No, I'm good. I'm good till at least 9. Yeah.
Okay, so sweet. We'll try to get you out of here way before then. So Mikey Boy G goes 3-5-9-3. He goes Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Jordan Love. Now I understand why you went with Jordan Love here, but if you just taking the Justin Fields pick for the sake of taking the Justin Fields pick after taking an elite 1. But once again, I'm preaching to somebody who absolutely dominated this draft last year, so I'm just going to shut up. Jameer Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Scam Scatabo, not Cam Scatabo, Scam Scatabo. Austin Eckler, Isaiah Davis, great running back room. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Calvin Ridley, Roma Dunze, Matthew Golden correlated with Jordan Love, Darnell Mooney, Joshua Palmer, Andre Yoshavash, Malik Washington, Keyshawn Boutte, Tucker Kraft, more correlation with Jordan Love, Zach Ertz correlated with Jaden Daniels, Mason Taylor correlated with Justin Fields. So he correlated all 3 quarterbacks with all 3 tight ends. He also has correlation piece with Austin Eckler going with Daniels and Isaiah Davis going with Justin Fields, the toe jam, slam, jamma. Honestly, I like that you just went all out on wide receivers here and just got BPA after your start. I don't like the capital spent on Justin Fields or Jordan Love. Just pick one and ride with it. Like, hopefully, by the time Justin Fields' toe recovers, it'll be by week 12, right? So you didn't need Jordan Love. I understand the correlation aspect, but sometimes we get too cute and prioritize correlation when we shouldn't.
Maybe toe by week 12.
Like, his big toe will be recovered by week 12. And I think the reason why he drafted Jordan Love is the contingency of Justin Fields being hurt. You don't draft Justin Fields and just be like, okay.
I mean, he's day-to-day update right now.
Exactly. So he should be back by week 12, which is Jaden Daniels' bye week. So Jordan Love was an unnecessary click.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I was wondering why he's going to be after week 1.
I'm just trying to like rationalize why he did that, right? Maybe I'm telling myself a story. Maybe it's a fib. Maybe there's merit to it. Who knows? Bob, what do you think of it? I'm gonna say this is B territory because I do love the names at wide receiver. You got some really good values. Yeah. Bob, what do you think?
You have 3 studs. You got Daniels, Gibbs, and Henry. Smith, JSN maybe will take the next step, but with nobody on the other side to take the pressure off of him,
No faith in the old man Cooper Cup. Me neither. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. I love Cooper Cup when he was Cooper Cup, but now he's, Cooper, broken saucer. I don't know. And then I just feel like the rest of the team is just, like I don't like any of the tight ends. Kraft could have a good year. Could. Hey, Tootsie. Ertz has, I mean, there is a lot of boom and bust here. If it all lines up, it could be better than I think it will. I mean, Roma Dunze has the ability to break out. Ridley could take a step up. Mooney had a nice year last year, but then in the second half, when Penix was playing, they threw to Ray Cloud all the time. McLeod. So
Matthew Golden is his best pick. Who said that?
Maybe. We'll see. They also have like 17 people playing wide receiver in Green Bay.
He's
and
the
of
only
course,
one
Richard Watson's hurt, so it must be a Wednesday or Thursday. I think I'd give this probably a C+. I mean, maybe a B- just because they have the 3 studs, but there's a lot of things that have to line up really well for this team, I think, to score a lot of points.
So we also don't have an update on the Darnell Mooney injury today of falling on the same shoulder that he hurt last year at the end. So
okay. Well, that's a bad thing. I didn't even realize that one.
All right. So what's the grade, Sleez?
Mikey, you know better. I've seen him draft way better. I'm not gonna say I don't. It's not one of his best to me.
Yeah,
he's a good drafter.
I know Mikey's from your community, so thank you for coming by, Mikey. Appreciate you. And Greg Kellogg said he will be attending the Fantasy Football Expo. So.
Okay, cool. I thought so, but I couldn't remember. He's on a cruise right now, so that's why I was like, I think he
got back. He also got back on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Maybe just posting pictures now.
Yes. Shout out to one of the most beautiful and wonderful people. This was my booth buddy last year, the Tootsie Pop, just the sweetest angel on the planet. Yeah. I adore you. Wonderful, wonderful person. Zero F said, appreciate the review and advice. I'll be drafting and learning more. God bless, men. Welcome to the community. Iron sharpens iron. That's the theme here in the process. I know I'm giving you guys grades here, but I'm pretty sure my draft sucks. So yeah, you don't need Fields. Just get Adrian Martinez. Yikes. Thanks. Thankfully, I only dipped my toe in Justin Fields' waters. I'll let myself up.
Find the guy who said I look like Patrick Warburton. Is that the guy
that's Chef?
Yeah.
Who's Patrick Warburton?
I think isn't he the guy that has the deep voice that was on with David Spade? What was that show called? On
like like all the Adam Sandler movies?
No, he's not an Anderson. He's a tall guy, has a real deep voice. I don't know if you've ever seen The Emperor's New Groove with Disney.
Of course. You look just like him.
Okay.
Oh my God. The relation's uncanny. But Bob is much shorter.
I think that's the same guy, right?
Yeah, 100%.
He's the funny guy in all the show. What's that show on TV? He's the funny guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I can't.
Oh well, he plays the voice, I think, of the guy on
the moment you said Emperor's New Groove.
American Dad. Emperor's New Groove. He plays the Queen's assistant, and he talks to the squirrel.
Yeah.
And you go like squeaker, squeak, squeaker, squeak. Rules of Engagement. That was a show.
That's it. That's what I was thinking of. Rules of Engagement. Good call.
Yeah. Anyway.
BK says you can shred me. It's okay, Sleez. You're throwing away round 11 and 12 too early back-to-back punts. Okay, Mount Matumbo. Remember, we got to keep this civil, right, buddy? You asked for it, so we're going to give you our honest opinion. If you don't like it, that's between you and Jesus. We're not right. We're also not wrong, right? So let's keep it civil, buddy. I like that you're in here drafting with us, but remember, let's keep it. Hold on. Another Fields joke.
I know what he's here for
it as a Jets hater. Yeah, Fields is day. I like that one. Yeah, he'll be fine. Okay, some might say. Oh, I like the toeisms right now.
That was his name in the show. Thank you.
Ah, that's so good.
Oh, and Putty. I forgot about he was Putty from Seinfeld too. Yeah, good one. Good.
Yeah, he played in wasn't he in frick? What was the one where that's completely wrong guy. I was thinking Super Dave. No, it's not Super Dave.
No,
All good brothers. All right, so 2882 for Mount Matumbo. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. Okay. It's not bad. Hopefully they both perform really well. Like if Baker does what he did last year, that's okay.
Yeah.
Devon Achane, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Jerome Ford, Miles Sanders. I like your running back room.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Tucker, Devin Neal, Kendra Miller, some good darts, some good shots. If the injuries play out accordingly in the right way, this lineup of running backs could be very valuable against 150,000 other lineups. Like we've seen it happen historically. Terry McLaurin as your wide receiver one's very concerning. Juan Jennings, Cooper Kupp, Michael Pittman, Rashad Bateman. You took the bait, man. Kidding. He looked great today in camp. Jalen McMillan correlated with Baker Mayfield. Dante Thornton correlated with Geno. Trey Tucker correlated with Geno. Brock Bowers correlated with Geno. So he went bully ball here. He went Brock Bowers and he went George Kittle. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. It's not like I think not the last draft you did. I didn't like the last draft you did either, but the one you did before that it's kind of like more up to my standards. But then again, who am I? I've never done anything here in this world. So moving on, let's go to Carl Ramrod. He goes.
Can I comment on the team because this is my favorite team so far?
Actually,
yeah. Now, I don't. You guys play in this, and you've played in with many teams. But if, like you said, if Baker can be himself from last year, you got Achane, Swift, Javonte, Ford, and at this point, you got 4 starters, backups. I mean, you at least got Miles Sanders as backup Javonte. Now, McLaurin's holding out, so we need him. Jennings, I think, will be good. Kupp, just be okay. Pittman has a big rebound. Bateman can be good. And McMillan, if Godwin misses time, and either Thornton or Tucker, both have potential for great boom and busts with their speed in Vegas. And then you got 2 stud tight ends. I mean, I kind of like this team from top to bottom. I feel like it's got more depth than the other ones I've seen. I mean, if they all perform at the level they should be, if Pittman gets back to normal, if Kupp gets, obviously he's not going to be 3 years ago Kupp, but if he can be at least semi-consistent, and McLaurin plays and gets on the field, I think he's got a pretty solid team, but that's my opinion based on what I see, maybe not based on how it plays out in a best ball form.
He needed more wide receiver shots.
I feel like he's got those though. Like if Daniel Jones just throws the ball to Pittman like he should.
Can I ask you a question, Bob?
Yes.
In this wide receiver room, do you see 3 to 4 top 20 wide receivers on a weekly basis based off of your guide and what you have in PPR format? Your consistency guide. Do you see that?
If McLaurin plays the games, he gets out there, he gets signed, he's back to normal. He's one. Juwan Jennings could easily be top 25.
I agree.
Because he's the only guy they got left. Pittman could return to top 25, which he was just a couple years ago. And if McMillan or Kupp jump up or Bateman jumps up, I feel like one of those guys could be a top 25 if McMillan
every week
in because Godwin gets hurt. He had a hell of a second half last year.
So with the bully ball tight end built, right? He's
okay. Yeah, and he's got the bully ball tight end, right?
So the flex spot is taken care of. He only needs 3 wide receivers on a weekly
basis. Right. So McLaurin, Jennings, and Pittman could easily be that.
Yeah, he needs a lot to happen, but sure, I could see what you guys are saying. I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. It's just not something I would personally.
Yeah, I think it's a pure donation.
Sleez,
being honest,
constructive.
Sorry, last year or anything you want to look at, taking 2 tight ends in the first round, you're already dead in best ball.
Okay.
In this format, that's not a good thing, huh?
But bully ball, I tried it last year.
No, I meant the tight ends.
The 2 elite tight ends in the first 2 rounds.
Is it because
it's never worked?
Because if you take them in the early rounds, you've missed out on the wide receivers that you do need. Okay, I get it. I mean, I took Kelsey, but I waited to the 6th round, and I had 4 guys that I think could be top 25.
Yeah. So like essentially like wide receivers king here. Historically, we've never seen it done before, but like we also never seen running backs just absolutely dominating this tournament like they did last year as well, right?
Right, with
Well,
Barkley.
things are subject to change, and he could be ahead of the curve. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the depth. I feel like in best ball, the more potential guys that could take a step and help you from top to bottom. And I feel like he has a lot better depth than the other teams that I've seen so far. But that's just my opinion on the players that I think have that potential.
But also, friendly reminder, it's total points format. So spike weeks are king.
Right.
Let me give you an example. Last year, the $500,000 winning team, the tight end, were Dallas Goedert, Mike Gesicki, Jonnu Smith, all drafted in the 15th plus.
Right. And nobody knew that Jonnu Smith was going to be fourth.
Right. Yeah. That's
I get it. And Goddard wasn't bad. And
And then the other team had Kittle and Hayden Hurst.
Great.
Hey, Bob, I got to tell you a story before I say thanks to Disco for inviting me on. My wife and I were talking about the Expo next week, all right? And or 2 weeks now. Yeah. And Detroit was on TV preview of their preseason. I mentioned to her, Detroit's playing in the Hall of Fame game. She says, "You want to go?" And I said, "Well, it's 8 days away. I'd have to get the hotel. I'd have to extend it. And with Hall of Fame week, it's probably too late to extend the hotel anyway." I didn't tell her you could invite me. But no, anyway.
I have plenty of rooms in my house you could stay at, sir.
Well, that's awful nice of you. But I looked at the price. I don't know anybody being inducted, to be honest. I mean, it's
Antonio Gates. That's the biggest name.
But it's like $4,500 for an 8-day package for one person. But I think that includes the hotel too. But
probably.
Yeah.
It better include that and foot massages and
But I tell you what, that's now become a bucket list. I'm going to come up one time, and I do want to meet your family when I do.
Absolutely. No, I mean, if one of your favorite players gets inducted, yeah, you can just stay at my house, man. It's really not that big a deal. I've got 3 extra bedrooms, so.
Oh, that's awful sweet of you. And if you ever come to Central Texas, you got a place to stay here.
I hope I don't have to.
If you ever come to Canada,
I actually am coming to Canada December 11th through the 14th.
Are you in
Quebec City? Because my wife's friends and my friends talked me into going to Quebec City for Christmas Mart.
Oh God!
It is very epic. It's very epic, but make sure you dress extremely warm. If you guys are wondering who this wonderful, sweet man, this young, wonderful man, Greg Kellogg, is a first ballot Fantasy Football Sports Writer Association Hall of Famer. He is one of the greatest fantasy football minds on the planet ever. Historically, he is my mentor. He is my good friend. He is somebody who I absolutely adore and respect, and I miss tremendously. And it's an honor and privilege to have you here on the show, even if it's impromptu to stop by. So we learned that you're coming to the Expo, and I can't wait to see you again, buddy. And if you ever need a ride anywhere at the Expo, I'll take care of you, my friend.
Well, we're flying in. Tip and I are sharing a room. So I met Tip last year, and he's one of these young guys that are trying to make a name in the industry. Sleez, if you ever need anything from me, just ask. I'll introduce you to people. I'll do whatever I can to help you. The great thing about this hobby, and Bob will attest to this, I retired in 2016 from fantasy sports entirely. Quit writing, quit playing, got ready for my physical retirement. I'm an old guy now. I turned 70 this year. Oh, God. And I came back, I think, 21, 22, and I had interviewed Bob years ago for some kind of show I did, and he remembered me from that.
Oh, yeah. You're legendary.
And invited me into the Expo.
Yeah.
And Scott Fish, if you don't know what Scott Fish Bowl is, you need to Google it. Yeah. Same thing. I had interviewed him years ago. He remembered me, and he jumped me into the Scott Fish Bowl, which I thought was just amazing because last year there were over 40,000 people that applied, and I looked, it was like 3,400 that got in.
Yeah.
So it's the industry is full of good people. It really is. Because if you're a shyster in this industry, you don't last.
Nope.
And Bob has been in this industry for a long time.
20 years.
So if he tells you something, you can take it to the bank. And I got to pitch something too. I mean, everybody knows I love this book because I'm in it, and because I like the author. But Bob's got one too. But Bob's got a book of his own that he sells on Amazon. And if you guys haven't pitched that, it will help you win your league every year because he talks about consistency in a way that very few people do.
Yeah. We started with that right off the jump. We definitely prioritize that. So let's look at Bob's team. Let's look at Sleez's team, Bob's team, and then my team, and then we'll close out the show. And we'll try to keep this one quick. So Sleez goes 2-6-8-4. Josh Allen, Bryce Young. He drafted at the 110. Josh Allen, Bryce Young, Christian McCaffrey, RJ Harvey. I like that you're finally taking Harvey, Sleez.
I couldn't take Henderson with the week 14.
Tajay Spears, Quinshawn Judkins, only 8 past ADP, so he didn't let him fall. Tank Bigsby, Marshawn Lloyd, Nico Collins, Tedero McMillan, Rashee Rice, Emeka Egbuka, Jaden Reed, Trey Harris, Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson. Then he went four tight ends: Brenton Strange, Chigozie Okonkwo, Jatavian Sanders correlated with Bryce Young, Pat Freiermuth as well.
By the way, everyone reached on all the Bills. Every single correlation piece.
I didn't read. I just took it
straight Bob.
So what scoring system is this, guys?
It's PPR format.
Standard PPR.
Yeah, it's
No,
best
it's
ball.
not Scott Fish stuff. Okay.
No. Just standard PPR. So Bob, since you're first, what do you think of this? And then Greg, we'll look at we'll hear what you have to say about this one as well.
I was thinking F- right off the bat. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Nico Collins, you got 3 good studs there. A lot of good potential at wide receiver beyond Nico. Rice, how many games? Buke, does Godwin stay down? Jaden Reed had flashes in Green Bay. Trey Harris, I like a lot. Ayuk for the late season push. Deontay Johnson will quit by week 3. Tight ends all have potential. Strange had some really nice games after Evan Ingram went down, so that's a good pick. Chiggy always has those boomer bust games. Freiermuth same way. Problem is that Jonnu Smith happened to come to town, so we don't know what the effect that's going to be. It's a good team. I still like the other one better. I'll give it a B-.
Greg, what do you think?
Well, okay, you got to love Josh Allen. Not thrilled by the Bryce Young pick, obviously. But if you're going to pick Bryce Young, picking up Tet as a handcuff, that's kind of nice. Love McCaffrey. I think he's going to be healthy all year. And if he's healthy, he'll be a top 2 running back because he is every year that he's healthy all year. I'm not sure why you went with 4 tight ends. That perplexes me because none of them are really studs.
That's why.
But that's just it. You take one, and if he's not working out, you hit the waiver wire. I assume you have waiver.
It's best ball.
Oh, it's best ball.
Remember the drafts we did last year, the best ball stuff? Yeah, it's best ball. So he just took a bunch of darts at the tight end position. I am bullish on Jatavian Sanders for what it's worth. I think he's a very good late value. But please continue. I
like Tank Bigsby. I would have taken the 3rd quarterback if it's best ball. Josh is going to play most weeks, but when he has a down week, I would have gone with somebody like Caleb Williams, who's going very late. I expect him to really flourish under the Ben Johnson offense. And my favorite first-year starter at quarterback is J.J. McCarthy. I thought he was going to lead the league last year. So
go blue, right? Go Blue.
Well, I'm a Michigan fan, but
It took 5 minutes for you to talk about Michigan.
He is already working out outside of the training camp with his receivers. Okay. And the kid can spin it. He really can. He's got better wheels than people think. I think JJ is going to be huge. I would rather have him than Bryce Young for sure. But I suspect he went earlier than Bryce Young did as well in the draft. So
yeah,
I think it's a decent lineup. For best ball, it's much better than I'm a little worried about Rashee Rice, who I actually matched up with Patrick Mahomes in my league. So
I love that for you.
Well, I got Xavier Worthy with Pat Mahomes in another.
I love that even more for you, Greg.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been reading my stuff this year, but I love both of them this year. I'm very
the thing is Rice going to get suspended? We just don't know.
Yeah. Well, regardless of Rice,
it's just a question of how many games. Yeah.
Regardless of
4 games, that's great value at 60.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, regardless of Rice getting suspended, I don't care. Like, I understand, the parameters and what he did last year, but regardless, I think Xavier Worthy's floor this year's top 10. I think Patrick Mahomes will be QB1 PPR format. I am in on both of them and the revenge tour narrative, and I also think Travis Kelce will be a top 5 tight end in fantasy football this year PPR format.
Unless he gets hurt, in which case you want to back him up with Noah Gray, because Noah Gray is very talented.
This is true. There is a couple lineups where I have both of them because Noah Gray has been like the second or third wide receiver for a lot of those weeks. Sleez, I'm going to give that a B-. Not your best work, especially since there's a lot of guys you don't believe in there. I believe you're trying to be more contrarian in that lineup, and it's not your best work. Wow on Kelce, he burnt me last year not doing it. Hey, man. Kyle Pitts burnt a lot of people, but he's going off the board as the 165th overall player. Like, you want to bet on Kyle Pitts in best ball at that value as well.
Before you go too deep on that, there are rumors that Pitts may be traded out of Atlanta. So you have to be aware of that.
I do love his splits, and I am bullish on him at his current ADP because of his splits and the small, efficient sample size we saw of the targets and the quality of targets we've seen him get from Michael Penix when Penix was inserted into the lineup. But if he does get traded, it's all circumstances and situational. I think, Penix makes him a very elite upside play for sure. Let's look at what Bob drafted. So Bob went with the Vanilla Gorilla, what we call the missionary build here, 3683. 65 to 75% of the drafters go with this roster construction because it's safe and it's also worked historically. Nothing wrong with missionary, gets the job done. He goes Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones. At the quarterback position, Greg, I know you love your running backs. This is not a Bob running back room. Aaron Jones, Zach Charbonnet, Tyrone Tracy, Nick Chubb, Rico Dowdle, Elijah Mitchell. I would have gone with one extra running back. Jamar Chase correlated with Joe Burrow, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Cortland Sutton, Cedric Tillman, Pat Bryant, Elijah Moore, Josh Reynolds. At tight end, he went Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid, Kate Otten. Kate Otten's another automatic click for me. Greg, what do you think of this?
Well, I like the 3 quarterbacks, obviously. And again, Daniel Jones should win that job there. He's not great, but he's not terrible. And Anthony Richardson is, frankly, throwing the ball terrible.
Yeah.
Running backs, they're weak, and Bob knows they're weak.
Right. Yeah.
You really need Kenny Walker to get hurt. If Kenny Walker gets hurt, that running back room gets a lot better immediately.
But interestingly enough, and let me defend that one, because Charbonnet has actually been a pretty decent running back, even with Kenny Walker at full. And I was trying to find the numbers here from last year for him. So last year, Charbonnet was 25th in total points, 53% consistent. He actually started off 4 straight clutch games. But, when Walker went down, obviously that's when he has his better games. I went 4 straight wide receivers, so wasn't a lot of choices at running backs. I was going for guys that I think have either one, they are the number 1, or they're a very solid number 2, like Charbonnet. So that was
a lot of people switched over. My biggest surprise coming back from the layoff was this zero running back drafting strategy, because we always did stud running back, 3 running backs in the first 5 rounds. I would have gone hero running back. I would have taken one of those first 4 picks and got a Jonathan Taylor or somebody like that. Or if you could get a.
Well, that was the thing. So I was the first pick, so I took Jamar Chase. So by the time it got back to me, all of the stud running backs were gone. Jonathan Taylor got picked 2 spots ahead of me in round 2. So that's why I was like, at that point, I'm looking at like the Bucky Irvings and
Chase
Browns and those kind of
I'd
guys.
have probably taken Bijan at 101. I'd have probably taken Bijan at 101 because you know me, I'm a running back guy.
I love you, Greg.
That was back in the late 1900s, Greg. We don't do that anymore in this.
I do. I still do. And I saw that somebody drafted Saquon in the first round. They still don't understand the curse. They just don't.
Well, he's dealing with 3 curses, Greg.
I know. He's also got the Madden curse as well.
Yeah, so he's got the curse of leading the league in touches.
They offset each other, so there'll be no curse.
Yeah,
the third one brings it back.
The third curse is the Giants fans just absolutely hating his entire guts for going and winning a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. The amount of voodoo that man is dealing with is crazy. Sleez, what do you think of Bob's draft at the 101?
F-. No, I'm kidding.
I always love getting low grades because then that means I do better.
He took Elijah Mitchell from me. I was trying to wait in the late round. Took all my bills.
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore, sorry.
Yeah.
The one thing I do like,
and
all of them. The one thing I like about this team, though, is the Zach Charbonnet pick, because Kenneth Walker has never played an entire season healthy in his NFL career.
And gets hurt.
But Aaron Jones is risky. I think when you go Joe Burrow, you don't need to go 3 QBs, but I get it because you got, it's 217. You got him at great value. I like Elijah Mitchell. Nick Chubb, there's a world he could be, solid. We already know the wide receiver room.
Joe Mixon isn't playing. He's still in a walking boot, so.
Cedric Tillman's one of my favorite wide receivers at 5th round. I like that a lot. Josh Reynolds could be the 2. Very well balanced across the board. I mean, except for the running back room. If Tyrone Tracy can carry him long enough to where maybe Kenneth Walker goes down, this team can be really dangerous. But I think the running back room is where it's hurting.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this draft a lot. I'm giving this a B+. It's all like your floor is B+, but your ceiling is in the money.
Where do you have Travis Kelce this year, Bob and Greg? Where do you have him?
I mean, I have him. I think I'm pretty sure I have him in the top 5, like you guys were saying.
I was saying I don't think Sleece has him in the top 5.
Oh no,
I think he's cooked.
I thought he said no. I don't think he's cooked because he came out and said I wasn't myself. I wasn't in shape. I wasn't. So I think losing the Super Bowl, not being as strong as they used to be, I feel like that they're all going to kind of come with a chip on their shoulder. And I'm
the revenge tour.
Didn't he catch 100 passes last year?
Huh?
Didn't he catch 100 passes last year?
Yeah, he let them targets too.
Yeah, he the only thing that was down was yards per catch.
Yards and touchdown.
But that's cyclical for every tight end.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why I said he can bounce back and be in that top 5 so easily that's why I'm just shocked at how people are just kind of just giving up on him. And I'm like,
I know they're so reactive to last year's results.
Yeah, it's definitely the what have you done for me lately kind of
exactly. And it's not like
but you did the same thing though. What have you done for me lately? You took your first pick, a guy that is not going to repeat as the number 1 wide receiver.
Okay.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes,
well,
he is.
No. Wide receiver 1s don't repeat year over year. He'll be a top 3.
Antonio Brown
if he stays healthy. Well, but recently, name one that has. I mean, they just
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Wasn't he number 1 last year? Or 2 years ago?
No, he wasn't. He was.
Oh, that was the year Burrow was hurt. You're right.
Yeah.
So Greg, do you remember who my guy was no matter what last year?
Was it Bijan? Oh, at wide receiver, you mean?
Yeah, wide receiver in general. It's Jamar Chase no matter what. You remember?
Okay, I believe you.
Okay,
to me, I think Justin Jefferson's going to finish as the top receiver this year.
I'm not betting on either one of them. And Jamar Chase, I told anybody who'd listened last year that it was Jamar Chase no matter what. And I'm not repeating that bet this year because of the historical evidence that you just alluded to and mentioned, Greg. All right, I'm gonna do a quick breakdown of Broad's team, and then we're gonna look at mine. If you guys want to throw in like any comments and grades on this, by all means, add to it. Broad was drafting from the 109. He goes 2-7-8-3. Lamar Jackson, Cam Ward, James Conner, Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson Jr., Dylan Sampson, whom I love so much, Roshan Johnson. He made a nice highlight play in camp with no shoulder pads and equipment, and it was thud and running, and the defensive backs were running by him, but he spun. It looked cool. People are very in on Roshan for that play. Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. I like the fact that you keep double tapping that because I believe Baltimore is going to be up in a heck of a lot of games. So we're going to see Derrick Henry rested, and one of these guys are going to emerge in garbage time. Brian Thomas Jr., I feel like has wide receiver 1 upside, and I'm going to continue to bet on Brian Robinson Jr. this year. T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Jacoby Myers, Kyle Williams, Wan'Dale Robinson, Alec A.O. Manor, Calvin Austin. So, like, your first 6 wide receivers are all have that consistent upside. I feel like Kyle Williams is going to be your X factor. If he's good, this team is definitely cashing. Mark Andrews correlated with Lamar as well. Evan Ingram. I don't think you needed a third tight end, but you also added Tyler Higbee here. This is a good team, good build all around. I'm giving this a minus A draft. This is one of the better drafts we've seen in general. What do you guys think? Grades, feedback? Do you guys agree?
I give it an A.
Yeah,
it's a balanced lineup. He's got studs at each position group, and I think you're going to find that Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be a lot better than people think, because that team's just getting better with the second year at Jaden, the quarterback. So, and Wan'Dale Robinson, he could be an every week starter because I think he had like 150 targets last year.
Yeah, he's a good click.
Yeah, I love Wan'Dale.
Yeah.
I'd say that team is a floor team, though. I don't like the ceiling of that team. I don't think it's going to pop over the top. James Conner, very injury risky. Titans running, multiple running back update. I do, Brian Robinson, okay, he could be all right, but you got Dylan Sampson there too, but I just don't. It's not enough pop.
Yeah, I think it could be a solid team. I mean, I'd give it a B+ for sure.
Oh, that's my favorite draft out of the bunch today. Out of all the drafts I've seen,
better than mine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, somebody just asked who would I take at 101.
Yeah, that's Billy Gableman.
It would be. It depends on the roster. If it's super flex, I'm taking a quarterback there. But if it's regular, I'm taking Bijan. I'm just taking Bijan Robinson.
I mean, I took Bijan Robinson in my redraft league. I think redraft Bijan should be your 101. It would make sense if he wasn't, right? But in PPR format, especially here in drafters best ball, the way it works, if you don't take a wide receiver in round 1, your likelihood of getting your ROI everywhere else at the wide receiver positions is very, very slim. It's possible, but it's not probable. All right. This is why they call me Big Draft Energy, because I don't even remember what the hell I built here or what I drafted. Honestly, this show was so fun. I had so much fun just picking your brain, Bob, and listening to Sleez, and then obviously having you come on here, Greg, has just been I'm over the top and elated. So this has been fun for me. Hopefully my lineup shows that it was a good one, but I don't know. 3-6-8-3. We go with the vanilla gorilla missionary build roster construction. Bo Nix fell to me. Justin Herbert. I kind of panicked after I made that pick because they both have week 12 buys. So I took Trevor Lawrence. And I love Trevor Lawrence. And I got Trevor Lawrence to fall almost 20 past ADP. I love Trevor Lawrence this year. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker is my most owned player at the running back position. Pretty much every position. It's him and Xavier Worthy. Travis Etienne, Ramondre Stevenson, Jadon Blue, DJ Giddens. At wide receiver, it's Puka Nacua, who I also think has an excellent chance to become this year's wide receiver 1. AJ Brown, who I think is criminally underrated. Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel, I think we're going to see slightly revitalized. Khalil Shakir, I think, is going to be the next Jacoby Myers with just a very safe floor. Jack Beck is the guy I'm betting on as a wide receiver 2 in that Vegas room, not Thornton. Xavier Legette, I don't have a lot of him, but he fell 25 spots, so why the hell not? Dontavian Wicks led the Packers in targets last year. I don't think that's going to continue because it's Matthew Golden season, but yes. David Njoku, Darren Waller, whom I absolutely hate and despise, and I don't know why I clicked him. I panicked, I guess. And then Harold Fannin. I double tapped Harold Fannin with David Njoku. So
you know what his hometown is?
No, Canton?
Canton, Ohio.
Oh,
went to McKinley High School here in Canton.
I love Harold Fannin just as a
prospect. I'm really excited that the Browns got to draft him. That's really cool.
And just the 12 personnel that they have to run out there with the garbage that they're rolling out at quarterback.
Yeah,
it's going to be very necessary. So, Bob, break it down. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a nice, solid team. I obviously love the wide receiver position. I mean, you're basically at least 5, could be 6 deep if Leggett or Beck or somebody steps up, or Wicks.
Wicks
I love the Cleveland duo. Because Njoku does tend to get nicked up occasionally, so Fannin just popping right in. I think they're gonna throw the tight end a lot because of whatever garbage they throw out at quarterback. I love Bo Nix, picked him up last year, helped me get quite a few of my teams to the playoffs when my first quarterback, like Patrick Mahomes, was killing me. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, I think, has the upside, to get back to where he was. Now he has Liam Cohen helping him get his feet back together. Breece Hall, obviously, I think he has potential to be big in New York with whether Fields is playing or not. I mean, if Fields isn't playing, then whoever, Tyrod Taylor or whoever. Did you say Tyrod? Is it Tyrod?
Tyrod,
yeah. So Tyrod, I can see a lot of checkdowns to Breece Hall. Kenneth Walker, great running back until he sneezes and then he pulls the muscle. So we hope. I hope he misses like 15 games and Charbonnet has to play them all. So sorry. No. ETN, I mean, the Jacksonville one's tough. I mean, I think I took Tank Bigsby because I just don't know.
You wanted Bigsby.
I got Bigsby.
Oh, you got Bigsby. Okay. Maybe I wanted Bigsby and you took it. But yeah, it's like so every other day it's like a new story. It's like one day it's Bigsby's going to be the man. Next day, ETN's back, and it's like whatever.
It's Tootin.
Huh?
It's Big Show Tootin. Everybody thinks.
Oh yeah, and then Tootin.
No, it's going to be ETN. ETN's going to be the
stink, but
no, you don't think. You know it's going to be ETN. Bigsby couldn't beat him out last year.
Yeah,
well,
that's a bet I'm making.
They could also do a Detroit Lions backfield and be ETN and Bigsby. Bigsby becomes David Montgomery, and ETN becomes. Especially, with,
You really think you want to compare ETN to Jameer?
Well, I'll just say they're playing that role.
Okay.
It would be like, Greg, that'd be like if you and me were in the backfield and I would be Gibbs and you would be Montgomery. Because
I'd be the bus. Back. I'd be the bus. I'm that big.
So what do you grade this overall, Bob?
I think it's a B plus. I mean, I think it has the potential. I mean, a lot of things have to happen. A lot of health has to happen. Good health for everybody to play all the games. But yeah, if they're all out there doing what they do best, I think this is a very good team.
What do you think,
What's
Greg?
the lineup requirement?
So you start 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex.
Yeah. Okay, just 1 flex. Okay.
Yeah.
So your running backs are fine since you're only going to have at most 3 of them. But with this wide receiver core, you're only going to start 2 running backs.
Yeah.
Most weeks. You've got good wide receivers here. That's the strength of your team. Yeah. Like Stat ATL said, the tight end room is weak. It just is. You waited late to get them, so that's why. But I think Herbert's going to be fine. Stat ATL didn't like Herbert, but Herbert had the best rookie quarterback season I've ever seen. I think he had 34 touchdowns or something as a rookie quarterback. I think Justin Herbert's going to be just fine this year. He's got good receivers. He's got a good coach. Yes, I know they like to run the ball, but Harbaugh's never been afraid to throw it either. So he was also a quarterback.
He also fell 13 picks for what it's worth. Every one of my quarterbacks fell at ADP, which I just took BPA. I didn't really care about correlation or prioritize that. I think people are sleeping on Justin Herbert because of that playoff debacle he had. He only threw 3 picks all of last year, and then threw 3 or 4 in that playoff game versus the Houston Texans, and everybody wants to write him off, what have you. But at the end of the day, they're also scared of Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris as a 2-headed monster. And I think that just means more passing touchdowns because defenses are going to have to stack the box, and he's going to get more one-on-one options on the outside with the play action. So Justin Herbert, I think, is one of the best values at quarterback, and I wouldn't be shocked if he finishes this year as a top 10 quarterback. And we saw Harbaugh unlock his rushing upside as well. So what would you grade this draft, Greg?
I'd give it a B+.
Sleez?
You know better. You made it work, but you made a lot of mistakes. You shouldn't have taken Herbert with all the 3 quarterbacks. You put a lot of capital there, but you still landed the plane nicely. I'm going to go B+. B. You don't double tap tight ends. You know the rules. Come on.
What do you mean? This is the tight end room you want to double tap.
I know.
You're telling me you wouldn't double tap Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland if you had Colston Loveland. You wouldn't tap Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. These guys are going to be on the field more often than the 3rd wide receiver or the 2nd wide receiver.
And no, I take Colston Loveland, and I take.
And I guess Deontay Johnson's talk for Debo is cooked.
I mean, why? What happened?
Because if he's on the field more than the 3rd wide receiver, then Deontay Johnson might as well not even be drafted.
Well, I mean, Cedric Tillman can hardly stay healthy to get out there in general. It really, I mean, I'm not betting on a wide receiver for Cleveland. But if I want to target a pass catcher there, it's David Njoku and it's Dylan Sampson, and everybody else I'm not interested in. That's a dumpster fire that I want nothing to do with, and I don't want to watch it. And I empathize with you, Bob. That's your favorite team. God bless.
I gotta ask the panel.
Well, I drink a lot.
Who's the Cleveland quarterback in Week 6?
Shadur.
Week 6?
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson, man.
Gabriel.
I think Gabriel too. Nobody's talking about him.
Yeah.
I loved Gabriel.
He's out playing Shadur in camp, but probably Pickett will fail. Flacco fills in. He gets hurt, starts failing. Then they'll go to Gabriel, and then they'll just have a raffle out of the fans, whoever wants to come down and throw the ball.
I think the better question is who gets cut.
Who gets cut? I don't know if any of them will get cut. I think they'll keep them all because you got to sell those Sanders jerseys.
I got a good question for you guys to close it out here. You ready? For all 3. The next 3 years, who has more fantasy points, Xavier Worthy or Romo Dunze?
Xavier Worthy.
Dunze.
Xavier Worthy.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. I'm betting on Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback because I've seen him do it. I'm not betting on Caleb Williams as a quarterback because he can't.
I'm betting on Ben Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, I respect the Ben Johnson bet. Mm-hmm. I worry.
And I'm betting on Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has looked terrible already to start off this year, though.
Here's the thing, though, Greg.
Dunze will be the wide receiver 1 this year in Chicago.
Ooh.
He will be the wide receiver 1 this year in Chicago.
Over
Rashee Rice will be the wide receiver 1 in Kansas City. Yes, I love Patrick Mahomes, but I think Caleb Williams, with a terrible coaching staff last year and no offensive line, still threw for 3,500 yards. All right.
So Rashee Rice, his issue's not on the field. It's how do we know that he's not going to repeat the garbage and nonsense off of the field? He is 1 strike away from just never playing football again. And I think he doesn't have the humility or the ability to stop himself from doing some stupid, idiotic things. Like he is 1 slip away. And once we find out what his NFL suspension fate is, in his weekend 30-day sentence, however that's going to play out, I don't care. But at the end of the day, do we think that he's not going to go out and repeat and be another repeat offender? Because he has shown from SMU several instances and every other scenario and situation. Rashee Rice just can't get right. And my bet against Rashee Rice in the long haul is he's just going to get in trouble again and just be one of those lost causes like Aaron Hernandez where he just can't figure it out.
There's validity to that for sure.
You could be right. Now, could you mean not you guys, because I've had all day. Yeah. You could be right, but I'm telling you, his agent's going to be in his ear, and the kid. I believe in people. We don't know him.
Yeah.
We don't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. And
Yeah.
he's a kid that made mistakes. We know that.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at the contracts these receivers are getting now, he's not going to want to throw that money away. I think he'll toe the line. It's a big incentive to be good.
Well, thank you for this back and forth. This was really fun, guys. I love having all three of you here. I respect the hell out of you guys. Bob's consistency, fantasy football consistency guide. You can find that on Amazon. If you want tickets to Expo to meet all of us in person and even more people like Scott Fish, all the NFL Network fantasy football content creators and analysts, all the guys from Fantasy Pros and more. The link is in the description to purchase your tickets to the Fantasy Football Expo. My name is Disco. This was Big Draft Energy. I appreciate you guys all for coming on. Until next time, guys, peace.